Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Vovo Drag Tarot. I, of course, am Joni Vovo, a drag performer based in Sydney's inner west in Sydney, Australia. And this is a tarot reading for the Aries collective. So if Aries is your sun, moon, or rising, this reading is for you. But also to say, it is a general reading, so just take what stories resonate. And if any of the messages don't quite fit, don't force them. It just means it's for someone else watching on in the Aries collective. And today I'm using the Rider-Waite deck. I'm going to do a Celtic Cross to look at your current situation, the challenge you might be facing, as well as some general advice and a possible outcome. And while I do look at what might be coming up in the future and also a possible outcome, just know that you are a divine sovereign being and you can make your own goddamn choices using your head, your heart, and your own intuition. So just take this as a chance for you to have perhaps a bit more insight and clarity about your own situation. Okay? Also, my wonderful sister Gabriella Grande is here charging her phone. We just had an amazing evening out. If you're a Sydney local, you might know Birdcage.
I'm a Gemini.
Oh, she's a Gemini. We're not a Gemini yet, but we'll get there. We're just an Aries for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're a Sydney local, you might know Birdcage, a regular, wonderful event every Wednesday at the Bank Hotel. So we were just there. We saw the wonderful Sydney Rail and Count Effula and Jackie Daniels performing. So would highly recommend getting to it if you're in town. All right. Also, I'm wearing double denim. Woo! Very excited about this outfit. So anyway, had to show it off. So my loves, are we ready to go? We'll just give it one more shuffle and then we'll get started. Okay. All right. So first card out of the deck, Knight of Swords. Oh my God. Okay, so the Knights are all about action. And so the Knight of Swords often will act before thinking. I mean, the swords are all about the mind and the spoken word, but they are very forthcoming with their opinion and they'll rush in, say whatever is on their mind, and, you know, if they've got 2 cents to share with the people around them in the situations they're in, it'll just come out of their mouth regardless of how it's going to be perceived and regardless of the outcome. So this is your current energy. So I'm guessing there's a lot of fast energies here. There's a lot of fast energy here as well. So I don't know what this context is for you, if it's like a work setting, a friendship, a relationship, but you're very much in a place where you're on your toes, on your feet, and being very responsive and getting your opinion and your thoughts out there. Again, I don't know the context, I don't know the backstory, but that's just your current energy. Just, I guess you feel it's very important for you at the moment to be responsive, to, put your 2 cents in the situations around you, and to not overthink it, and yeah, very much about action and about, responsiveness. So let's draw a few more cards just to see what this context might be. So, okay. So it looks like you've been doing a little bit of shadow work. So there's possibly different parts of you that are popping up that perhaps you're not well acquaintanced. What's the word? You're not well acquaintanced with. So perhaps whatever this context is, again, work, family, friends, relationship, perhaps you're being a little bit triggered. Perhaps it's whatever's going on around you, it's causing some sort of response in you. It's maybe pushing you to different extremities, being a bit reactive. We had the Knight of Swords, so it's not like you're being emotionally reactive, but you're being very reactive to command and direct, and to speak your perception and thoughts into the situation. But it's coming from a place that's perhaps like quite deep within you. And to be honest, no shade, you might not be fully aware what's going on. It's very much, you're moving through the world, you've had some reaction inside of you, and it's kind of bypassed your mind and heart and just come out your mouth. But I kind of get the sense that you're very much getting a little bit triggered here by whatever's going on. And maybe you've spent a bit of time investigating this, looking at, well, what's going on? Why am I reacting this way? Why is it affecting me this way? Or perhaps you haven't. But it looks like there's something going on deeper below the surface within you that's causing you to be very outspoken and action-oriented. Okay, let's keep going and see if we can get a bit more context. That's very interesting. So we've kind of gone from one extreme to another here. So like I said, the Knight is all up in their head and being very reactive. Whereas the energy that you're moving towards is the Empress. And the Empress, they're, like I said, going from one extreme to another. While the Knight is very much out there exerting, the Empress, you can see here, she sits back and she waits and she allows things to enter her life. She's in a position of receiving, but also permitting. Okay, that's what it is. So I have a feeling you're currently on a bit of a journey of figuring out how to assert boundaries. That's very much the journey I'm seeing here. So there's some situation you're in where it's causing some inner turmoil. Your first response is to be a bit reactive and just maybe blurt your needs out into the situation. And, you know, perhaps for you know, where you're at and whatever the situation is, perhaps that's your best coping strategy at the moment. You know, we've all been there. That's fine. If that's your way of at the moment, to your capacity and your ability, if that's your way of navigating this situation, that's fine. But it looks like the progression you're going to make is to move to the Empress. Sorry, Empress? Yes, the Empress. So like I said, she doesn't feel a need to go out and fight and assert. She is fully on her throne, in her own power, and she allows things into her life and allows things to come to her. And if something isn't meant for her or meant to be in her energy, she doesn't allow it. But she does it in such a beautiful, elegant, self-aligned, self-empowered way where she can just calmly put a boundary in place, and that's it. It's not a fight, it's not a battle. She doesn't lose her cool, she's not triggered. She knows her value and worth and knows what she will and will not allow into her space. Oh my God, Aries, that is quite an epic journey right there.
Ding dong.
Ding dong. But it looks like this is the progression you're currently on. You're not quite here yet, but you very much are aware of these boundaries you need to set. You're probably doing it in a very clunky way at the moment, which is fine. You're flexing that muscle, and once you get better at it and feel more confident and calm and in your own energy, you're going to be able to do it in this beautiful Empress way, on your throne, allowing things into your life and not allowing the things that aren't meant to be there. Oh, cool. Dropping cards on the floor. All right. So, what have we got next? Let's look at the challenge. I mean, there was already a pretty clear narrative there of the challenge you're currently facing, but we're going to look at the challenge card anyway. Well, yes, very much that. So, the Three of Cups is all about having this wonderful ebb and flow of being in communion with other people. And, you know, it's a celebration, it's friendship, it's family, and it just flows. And it's when you're in your element, everyone's in their element, and you can just come together very naturally and organically and not overthink it. So this came in upside down, which perfectly aligns with this narrative here. So it looks like at the moment your challenge is you're probably butting heads with people around you, that you don't feel like you're in the flow of life with the people around you. And that's okay. As we saw here, you're learning how to put up those boundaries, and it's just the way it is. As you do that, there is going to be fallout. Some people aren't going to be able to handle that if you start saying to them, look, I can't do this. This is beyond my capacity. I need to put a limit here. Some people are going to respond negatively. Before I jump the gun and say the rest of the reading, I'll just say that while some people will react negatively to it, there'll be some wonderful, beautiful people that will be in the flow of life with you as you say, this is who I am, these are my needs, this is what I can and can't do. Anyway, I'm jumping the gun. We've got more cards to draw, so let's keep going. Aries, I'm sorry. It's not getting any better. So as I was saying, there's going to be people that when you start communicating and expressing your authentic self, some people, it's just going to completely put their nose out of joint. And that's kind of just the way it is. And you're aware of this. I would dare say maybe you're apprehensive, maybe you're hesitant, or because we started with the Knight of Swords, I think maybe you're at a place where you're like, well, I can't swear, but F it. This is what I have to do. I'm at my limits. I'm getting triggered. This is too much. I'm just going to say my needs, even though it's clunky. So you're very much aware that there's going to be some fallout here. That's just the nature of it. Okay? So this is an interesting one. I'm not sure if this is your energy or perhaps the people around you, but the Five of Swords is very much about doing things. So all cards can have a positive, negative, neutral, whatever reading. This can be doing things in an unconventional way, or it can be about being a little bit sneaky and a little bit deceptive. Or it can be about winning at all costs. So it came in upside down. I think the impression I'm getting, this is what you're not aware of about the situation, but you pairing it with that Knight of Swords, you might be in an energy where I have a feeling, Aries, you're ready to burn everything to the ground. And maybe you're not aware of it. You just have a lot of drive to say your needs, to speak your truth into the situation. You know it's going to cause drama, but I have a feeling this card is suggesting that there's no, for you, perhaps you've put no limit on this, that you're just going to go 100%, 200%, right to the end of this, and perhaps you're like, I don't care about the fallout. I just have to do this, and whatever happens, happens. But I think maybe you haven't considered that maybe you don't need to burn everything to the ground. Maybe you can be a little bit more discerning, put the brakes on it a little. Yeah, I can see you have a lot of energy and a lot of drive here, and you're very much directing it into this situation. But maybe just pause for a moment and think, how far do I need to go with this? How much do I need to fight? Do I really need to go to the ends and the limits and the extremities of this battle? Or are there certain battles that I need to face and certain ones I can walk away from? Just maybe have a think about, like, if you're going to phoenix your way through this situation, like, just have a think. Do you really need to burn everything to the ground to get through this? Ooh, Aries. Oh my god. A very fiery situation going on here. How are you doing? Are you alright? Okay. I'm feeling a bit anxious about all of this. I don't know how you're feeling. Again, like I said, there's a lot of passion, a lot of drive, a lot of energy where you need to assert yourself, and that's a good thing. It's a wonderful and it's a beautiful thing. Just maybe have a think about how you're going to use that energy, and if you really need, don't shoot yourself in the foot. Is all I'm saying. All right, your advice about the situation. Okay, so this, we've got another knight here. We had the Knight of Swords. We've now got the Knight of Wands. Again, all about action. But the Knight of Wands is very charismatic. Where the Knight of Swords goes in and will cut people down, the Knight of Wands will go in and charm the pants off everyone. This came in upside down, and as your advice, again, I can see here you've thrown everything out the window. You've thrown all pleasantries, all decorum out the window. And I think your advice here is maybe just reel it back a bit. And is there a way that you can do this that perhaps can get people on side in other ways? Maybe you can assert your boundaries in a way where it is a bit more inclusive of people, and use a bit of your charm. You don't have to go swinging a sword around, when you can maybe just do it in a way where people can hear what you have to say, be on board with it, and be like, oh yeah, I'll do that for you. That sounds great. Like, potentially use a bit of charm instead of just like cutting everyone off at the knees. Aries. I don't know what this context is. If you care to share, please leave comments below. I would love to hear how this resonates. All right. Maybe this will give a bit more context. Okay. So your external factors is the Seven of Cups. So perhaps the thing that's triggered you, that's been so difficult to deal with, is there's been a lot of deception around you. And again, I don't know if there's work, friends, family, relationship, all of your contexts are different. But perhaps the thing that has triggered you so much is that people haven't been very forthcoming with the truth. Perhaps perhaps there's been a carrot dangled in front of you, and you don't feel like you have any solid ground. You don't know who to trust. You don't know what you can believe of what people are saying, and you're just going in and being like, right, tell me the truth, give it to me straight. What's real, what's not real? And this is the situation that you're currently navigating. Okay, Aries. Just take a breather. Okay. You ready? Next card. Okay. This is good. This is good. So, the King of Swords, we've started with the Knight, and we had the Empress, and the Empress is the Queen of Queens, and we've now got the King of Swords. So the King knows their own mind, knows their own experience. They know their own heart as well. But the thing is, they can very calmly and cool-headedly say exactly what they think, exactly what their needs are, exactly what their boundaries are, and it's done in such a beautiful, elegant way that people listen. It makes sense. It doesn't ruffle feathers. They haven't been impulsive. They haven't been reactive. They can just say the truth in a way that is easily understood and people can easily engage with. And it looks like this is where you want to end up. This is what you're aspiring to. And at the moment, you're this knight just rushing in on a horse, swinging a sword around. But, like we had before, what you're wanting to do is put in these clear boundaries where it's not about you pushing people away and fighting to create space, but where you can put a boundary in place and allow things into your life. And it's just calm, it's just cool, it's no drama. And the same with this King of Wands. You can just clearly say what your needs are, what your boundaries are, and it's not a drama. And you're not distressed, you're not triggered. And when you share it, people aren't reactive either, because it's just so succinct, so discerning, so in tune with themselves and the people around them that, you know, it just flows. This is what your hopes and fears are, what you're hoping to aspire to. All right, Aries, let's look at a potential outcome for this situation. And like I said, you have free will, so make your own choice. All right, potential outcome. Three of Pentacles is all about teamwork and, pardon me, and it's about, you know, people working collectively, everyone's strengths are being used, everyone's on board with the vision, everyone's achieving this wonderful collective goal. Awesome, amazing. However, it came in upside down. What does that mean? I am going to read it to say that it means that whatever this context is, work, family, friends, relationship, even if you go on this journey, you realize that this setting is impacting you and it's causing you to have a difficult experience. You're trying desperately to assert yourself. And how things are affecting you. It's causing fallout. And the thing that you're battling is like, what's true? What's lies? How am I being deceived? At the end of it, you want to be cool-headed and navigate it well. But at the end of the day, it looks like this setting isn't going to come together. That you doing your best to be true to yourself and to call out all the BS. The way I'm interpreting this is things aren't necessarily going to come back into alignment. That this group setting, these people, this dynamic, it seems like it's out of balance. And you can do a lot, you can invest a lot, you can try and do a lot of work to bring it back into balance, but it looks like it's not going to get there. So what does that mean? Well, I'll leave that to you. Maybe this is something you'll end up accepting. You're like, okay, I did my best. This is a toxic work environment. I still need to earn money, so I'm just going to keep my head down and do my best. Or you may decide, okay, this is a toxic work environment. I need to move on from this. Either way, that's your decision to make. But it seems like perhaps you're just going to come to a realization about the reality and the nature of this situation. Oh, Aries, that was a difficult reading. Okay, let's just have a quick look at the bottom of the deck for what might be going on behind the scenes, behind the curtain. Okay. Conflict. Oh, you taking some time out. Oh, you feeling left out in the cold. You not having clarity. Oh, okay. So it looks like we've still got some drama coming. I'm going to skip the drama, but it looks like perhaps some new opportunity is going to come in and some chapter is going to end. So maybe, like I said, maybe you're going to realize it's time to move on and it's time for a new beginning with the Ace of Pentacles in the world. All right, Aries, I'll leave that with you. I hope that was helpful, if not dramatic. If you... Oh, I'm dropping cards everywhere. If this video resonated with you, I'd love to get your feedback. Please leave comments below. Hit the like button. Hit subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you next time, my lovelies. Bye for now. Bye.